This video is for the person who feels like they haven't found their purpose or their passion in life yet. My name is Andres Tagliaferro, or you can just call me Tags. And as somebody who believes that we should be fueled by our passions and find our dream and pursue our dream and chase it relentlessly to get to it, because it's the hardest thing to do, in my opinion, on earth, is to find something you love and to get paid while doing it. While I believe this is all true, I think that some of us who have not found our passion even, or our place of purpose, the thing, our mission, what we want to do in life, if you're somebody who's never found that and you're in search of it and you're endlessly trying to do it, I want to tell you that your purpose and your passion are not always aligned. And let me explain what I mean by that. We have this notion in our head that being passionate about something implies that it's easy and it's fun and it's always like our best thing to do every day. And I want to tell you something, it's not, okay? Sometimes what you're passionate about, not sometimes, most of the times, you'll go into these seasons of like not feeling like doing it or not feeling like you want to do it. And even if you feel like you found your complete purpose, that does not mean that it feels good every time. I know that that is not what you might want to hear, but I think that a lot of us, in search of that thing that makes us feel good all the time and that thing that we need to wake up and do every morning, this concept that our dream is just something that makes everything make sense and that it just is easy, is leading to complacency in our lives. I think it's super easy to just take the route of, well, I'm just gonna keep doing this thing that gives me a safety net, that allows me to pay my bills, right? Until that passion appears. And then I will go in and do what feels good or whatever. And you'll find out, if you've lived life long enough, that, if that is how you look at your passions and that's how you look at your purpose, that you're gonna find one passion and then stop, and then find another passion and then stop, and then find another passion and then stop. You know why? Because you will think that frustration or growth, even pain, is something that doesn't come with passion and purpose. And that's not true. And that's really what I want to tell you. And it's not in the sense of like trying to make you gloomy and sad, like, oh, well, we're just destined to not do what we love all the time. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that just because you love something and you feel called to do it doesn't mean that it's always going to feel great. If you're married, if you're a married person, just because you love somebody doesn't mean that you're always in agreement with them, or doesn't mean that you're always in the best of terms. It doesn't mean you're never going to have arguments. If you aren't married and you're looking at your parental relationship, just because you love your parents doesn't mean that you're not going to go through some hardship. And I think that this is an important thing to say, because I feel like this statement is going to free a lot of you from the shackles of bad expectations. And that is that, like, no, sometimes it doesn't feel good. Sometimes you want to wake up and you don't want to do it. And I'm telling you, if you feel like you've never found that passion and you're in your adult stage and you've lived life pretty long, I'll say 21 and up, you've probably ran into what that passion is, and you've probably given up on it because it felt a little hard for a season, or because maybe life changed for you, so you didn't have the time to do it, and so you just chose, well, maybe it's not the thing I'm meant to do. Even if you haven't found the thing, I think that knowing that your purpose and your passion isn't just something that makes you smile every day and forever doesn't mean that it's not your purpose or your passion. I look at it this way, right? And actually, Alex Hormozy talked about this in one of his videos that I recently watched, and it's kind of what ignited this topic in my head. Because of so many of these voices that say, don't give up on your dreams, some people might not have a full understanding of what that looks like. It doesn't just mean that you should stop doing what you dread to do what you love. It means that you should make sure you keep doing what you love even when you dread it. It means that there's a certain level of work that comes into chasing your dreams. And I believe that. That's why I say it's the hardest thing to do on earth today. In a world where a 9-to-5 is so tempting, in a world where a salary is so tempting. Not to say that any of those can't be your purpose or passion, but I'm just saying sometimes we allow these, societal constructs of security that, is false, really, because, you could get laid off tomorrow. The economy can change in a week. But we allow these things to dictate what our purpose is in life. And I wanted to sit down and say this in a succinct way, in a quick way, to hopefully wake you up from it without being too long-winded. That just because you're passionate about something doesn't mean that it's easy to do every day. I think a lot of us give up on what might be our purpose and passion. Instead of waiting around and sitting and doing whatever you're doing on your day-to-day, waiting for this magical thing to appear, I want to encourage you to just do the things that you are naturally inclined to doing. Even if you're an overthinker and you just don't see how it connects, just do it and trust that these things that God has put in your life have been placed for a reason. Let me give you an example. Videography is something that was placed in my life at a young age, right? And at some point I thought, building a creative agency and doing a video-based business is my purpose. That's my purpose. That's going to be the thing I do every day. I'm going to love it. And what happened is God used the passion for creating videos to bring me to a higher purpose, which I believe is doing these kinds of videos or writing in general. The idea of translating thoughts into something visual that you can see or something legible that you can read, I believe is my higher purpose. And it was found through that passion of video. And so that's my encouragement today. Whatever it is that you've felt, maybe it's photography, maybe it's drawing, maybe it's something simple that you can't even fathom can bring you money, so you've just written it off. Maybe it's something random like administration. Maybe you're just really good at administration and you're good at organization and all of these things that are, can provide value. I encourage you, instead of just sitting and waiting for the perfect formula that's gonna tie your whole life together, do that thing you're passionate about now and see how God moves and how it completely shifts your life in the future. I never thought I would be talking to a camera. In fact, I hated doing live things. I used to play keys at my church and I dreaded going up because it was like, what if I mess up? What if this was never in the cards for me. But through just faith and knowing that if I just keep doing what I'm doing, something will come out of it. Something came out of it. And it took seasons of running away from video and running away from creativity to point me back to it. All this to say, if you're watching this video right now and the title and thumbnail drew your attention, I believe that maybe you needed to hear this today. Don't confuse the two. Don't confuse your purpose with your passion. And don't think that passion or your purpose has to be this easy-going, effortless thing. You work to get there, but that's not how it works. It's just not how it works. Whatever book you admire, whatever person you admire, go look at their life. I guarantee you that they didn't just turn 18 one day and then just did this thing and then it happened and it succeeded. No, it took work, and it took surpassing and overcoming those feelings or, seasons of complacency and not knowing and all of that. And so I just don't want you to keep wasting time, right? Keep waiting for this thing to just happen. I wrote this down. Sometimes we wait for certainty in something to act. We wait for knowing before doing. And I wrote down act before being certain, and that action will bring certainty, right? It's as simple as when you don't know if you're gonna like a food and you just decide not to eat the food because you don't know if you're gonna like it. No, try it. Maybe you'll like it, maybe you won't. But you won't get to any conclusion. You won't learn anything about yourself if all you do is wait and not do anything. So as always, I'm encouraging you to just act, to take that step of faith and try that thing that is scaring you even, or that you've forgotten or you've placed lower in your priority list. If you know you're called to a life bigger than what you're doing right now, and you know that there's this purpose you just haven't achieved yet, then go out and do more, try more, test more. The little desires God has planted in your life that you've been afraid to try or whatever, do it, try it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not referring to anything is bad. I'm referring to those things, those innocent little things, like you love to dance or you love to sing or you love to, speak to people. You love to, these little tiny things, you'd be surprised how much purpose is packed into them. And I just believe you can't know that until you pursue it a little bit. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I wanted it to be quick. I wanted it to be succinct. I wanted it to punch and for you to feel something from it. And I hope that it did that. And if it did, please hit the subscribe button and join the community. Like the video. And as I always say, it's not just me talking to a camera. It's not just you guys talking to me. It's you guys talking to each other. So go down there and drop a comment. talk to me, but talk to other people. You know, describe like what you felt watching this video, or maybe share how taking that step of faith in your small passion and desire has led to your bigger purpose. I think that would be really helpful for everyone watching this. And I just want to say we hit 800 subscribers today at the moment of recording this video. So for all 800 of you who've plugged in and hit the subscribe button, I appreciate you. I'm grateful for you, and I'm excited to see what God has in store, not just for this platform or for any of things related to me, but how God is going to move in this community that we're building. And so I'm excited to launch new things when the time is right, and build infrastructure for you guys to continue to build community. But until then, my name is Andres Tagliaferro. You already know what to call me. And remember to stay grateful. Peace.
Okay, before you keep watching the video, I need to let you guys know about my newsletter. It's a free sign-up newsletter where you'll receive a weekly email where I go deeper into, you know, some of these ideas that I make these videos about. So if you're a reader and you like reading, that's a format that you enjoy consuming, I recommend that you go and sign up. The link will be in my description. And yeah, if you're subscribed to my channel, you're gonna love what we talk about in the newsletter. Click the link and sign up. It's completely free. But I won't keep you any longer. Let's get back to the video.